Hi there, welcome to Own Colors. I'm Erica. Today's video is all of my completed pages and whips for the month of October 2024. I had a mixed coloring month, but I still managed to get several pages done. Yeah, so here is my planner pages this month. I went with a fun black and white spooky theme. And then just added in a bunch of my own stuff. Here's my tracker. So there were only a few days where I wasn't able to color. So I think that I did pretty good with that. I had fun doing these pages. I didn't end up using this page because the marker does go right through the page, but it was okay to sacrifice it because I thought that turned out so cute. It was really fun. And then I have my theme for next month ready to go. So I'll get that set up here soon. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna get this set up so I can tell you what I used and I will show you my pages. Okay, first up is the Enchanted Faces book it's the pocket size edition by Hannah Lynn. This is a book. I'm a part of a coloring group on Instagram, and so you can check out the hashtag Enchanted Faces group and you can see some of the lovely pages from all of the colorists in our group there. So this month I only managed to get one of these done, but this is the one that I did and I thought it turned out really cool. I saw this at first and I was like, oh, there's little hearts and stuff, so it should be pink. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's about to be Halloween and it's gonna be all like spooky, so why not just make her a cute goth girl? And I like the way she turned out. I don't have any sparklies really on there except for like around the frame. But I like her hair and the goopy stuff around her eyes. I think that turned out really cool. So yeah, so there's that. I did struggle with her nose quite a bit, but that's okay. And then the other one that I was going to do, which I didn't get to do, was this one. But that's okay. So next month I have this one marked to color possibly. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to still keep them a little bit themed, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, so that's that one. This next one was a buddy color with my lovely coloring friend Veronica. So you can find her at Veronica Dunn, I think 66. I think that's what it is on Instagram. So Veronica is the one that has like we decided we were going to buddy color on quite a few pages, and then she just speed colored. I don't know how to say that correctly in the past. She colored through it just really fast. And so I am still in the process of catching up to her. But this month I was able to get one done in this book. This is Daydreams. This is a book that I've been trying to finish. And this is our page this month. I will put Veronica's up on the other side here. And again, this is just us trying to use the same color palette, not as each other, but as the other pages in our book. So we're just doing the same kind of color palette on each page. And so, yeah, so I love Veronica's colorful page. I'm so glad that she is still coloring with me. I appreciate her. She did send me a message the other day that said she just finished the last one that we had talked about. So I'm hoping to catch up here pretty soon, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for coloring with me, Veronica. I really appreciate it. Okay, so on my pages, so I did this one last month, and I was able to finish this one up. I really like the way that it ended up looking. I used a combination of Albrecht Dührer's watercolor pencils and then some markers as well, and I think maybe some Prismacolors on top of that. Yeah, some Prismacolors on top of that. So I have just a few spots here and there with some silver glitter gel pen, but yeah. So, and I do like the fact that it's the same color palette for both pages, but it really did turn out really different. I like the wings on this side. I think that turned out really cool. I got the inspiration from this Beetle's wings and my inspiration images, and yeah, just really like those, and glad to have another layout done in this book. So yeah, so that is my page from Daydreams, and another one checked off on that book to finish. This is my first of two buddy colors with the wonderful Megan this month. So we normally do one in 50 Farmers Miniatures, and she shot me a message and said, hey, I saw that cute Lacy Sunshine book. Would you like to color a page in there together? And I was like, absolutely, that would be wonderful. So this is the book here, and we did the cover page, and it is this one. So I will put Megan's up on the channel here. I love the way hers turned out. The rainbow hat is so cute, and the way that she used all the colors is really, really adorable. I love it. So, but yeah, that love the way Megan's page turned out, and thanks for coloring with me. On my page, we did, I did quite a bit of alcohol markers as a base. Then I used my Prismacolors over top. Did quite a bit of work in the background. I'm trying to remember where I got my inspiration for the background. I can't quite remember, but I do like the kind of mixed look. I think I basically just used all the colors that I'd used on the page in the background, except for maybe the green that's down here on the bottom. Or maybe it's just all the colors that are in the hat. But yeah, I really like the way it ended up looking. This was a fun page to color. So yeah, thanks for coloring in this with me, Megan. I probably wouldn't have done one in this book without you, so thank you for thinking of it. And here is the second one that I did with Megan. This is our Buddy Color at 50 Farmers Miniatures, and we did the puppies in the wagon page, and so I had the idea to maybe turn it into a hayride, and I ended up doing that. Megan, I'm going to put Megan's up on screen here. Megan said that she just couldn't figure out how to set it up the way that she liked, so she just kept it as the puppies in the wagon, and it's still just an adorable page, even without the added things. I think it's so cute. I love the way her puppies are two-toned, so they've got like one puppy is colored one way, and then she flipped it for the other side. I think that's really cute. And as always, love having a buddy for this book. So thanks, Megan, for coloring this one with me too. Okay, so on my page, I used alcohol markers as a base. I did use, so right here on this Hayrides sign, I did have to use some white paint to cover up the black lines in the background so that I could draw this little pumpkin sign in and you didn't see all the white or all the black lines coming through. So that was really fun. And then I just added all the pumpkins to the background. And yeah, I thought this was really fun. I really liked the end result, and I'm happy that my pumpkin patch idea kind of worked. So yeah, so there is my page from 50 Farmers Miniatures. And there's just a few more left in this book to do. Getting very excited. I will probably be doing a flip through of this one here soon, just so you guys can see where I'm at on that book. So yeah, so there's that one. Okay, the next buddy color I have is with Kori from Colorfully Optimistic. Now, I have not seen Kori's page yet, but she did just text me and say that she's got it done. So I'm going to put hers on screen here and let you guys look at that. I'm sure it's gorgeous because everything Kori does is gorgeous. And of course, we did this page. It's from Yana Prosperina. And yeah, it's one of our favorite artists, and I'm happy to color with Kori anytime that she wants to do a buddy. So there's Kori's page. Hopefully I have that to insert here. Otherwise, it's just you staring at my inspiration sheet this whole time, but that's okay too. So this is my inspiration sheet, and I really just loved the look of this. And then this color palette was just based off of this, which I think is just a beautiful image. But here is my page. Let me get this out of the way. Here's my page. And I really liked it. And I ended up realizing after I colored it that it does kind of match my witch color palette that I pulled for the month as well. It's got purples and greens and oranges in it, which I did not do on purpose, but I don't know. I like the end result. So this page I did add in the background. So the circle was here and the ground was there. But then everything else I've added. So the trees were added in, and then all of like the bushes and shrubs and stuff in the background that was added in, and then the shrubs and grass in the corners, I added that in too. But everything else is done with, well, it's all done with alcohol markers and I think Prismas, pretty sure. Yeah, Prismas. A little bit of Neo color too, around the witch's feet to make it look like it's like glowing down there. I wanted it to look more like they were floating instead of standing on the grass. I hope that that's what I kind of made it look like. And then I added a bunch of some stickles around the moon, and then a bunch of like dots with some Posca and some white, oh, it is all Posca. Posca and some orange Artistro paint markers around the moon. So yeah, I like that a lot. I'm glad Kori reached out and wanted to color this with me, because I'm not sure I would have done this page either. So thank you so much, Kori, for coloring with me. Love chatting with you this month, and hopefully we can keep it up. All right, so that's it for this one. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, next I thought I'd share with you my pages for my color along this month. So on Instagram I had the color along Monster Mash by Elm Colors, or Monster Mash Elm Colors, whatever the hashtag was. But I had gone through and I made these color palettes here, not this one. I made these color palettes, and then each week was going to be focused on a different monster, and I had planned on doing a video each week for those as well. So I got 3 of the 5 videos done and 3 of the 5 pages done. Although I did color some extras for some of these too, so I don't know. I kind of got down on myself because I didn't get to do the last 2 videos this month, but I had someone reach out to me and be like, you know, just look at it with a positive light, and you know, you did other pages based in those color palettes, so you technically did follow along. And so yeah, but yeah, so these are the color palettes, and I will show you the pages as we go through. I think I have the color palettes kind of in there with the pages as well. So the first one I did was skeleton. So these next couple all have videos. So this is the first page, and I really like the way that this turned out. And of course, this is your color palette here, color palette and inspiration image. And then this is what I came up with. I really like the way that this one turned out. I used alcohol markers and polychromos, I think, on this one. Yeah. Alcohol markers, chalk pastel in the background, and then polychromos on top of that. So yeah, and this one was completed in September, but I didn't share that with you guys last month, so I thought I would share it this month. I really like her eyes too. I think her eyes turned out really spooky and cool. So yeah, really loved working on this page. And then I did another one in this book as well. This isn't exactly in order, but it is part of that color along. So this is the next one, and I don't have the oh, I do have the color palette. I thought I had put it someplace else. So this is the color palette that I was using. The inspiration images too, and then this is my page, and I really like the way that it ended up looking. Yeah, just used I think the background is all pencil. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, background's all pencil. And then I did alcohol markers as a base for most of it. I used some of the, some stickles. I don't know if you'll be able to see like the sparkle or on the flames and stuff. That's where most of the stickles are. And then on the chains on the outfit here, I used some Sparkle Pop black, which ends up looking red. So I thought that that would work well on the page too. So yeah, I think that turned out really cool. And very happy to have another couple pages done in this book, because I only have one other one done. So, oh, and that was my tester page. That's I guess the good thing about having 2 images of each, or 2 pages of each image in here, is that you can test out your colors and see what you like. I thought I had another one in here. Maybe it's just those 2. This must have been an uncolored book before, so now I have 2 pages done in here, so that's awesome. So yeah, so those were from Dark Fantasy by Selena Fennick. The next one is another one that I finished, so it is in this big book of Halloween. So I did the vampire page, and so here is our color palette and the inspiration images, and then this is my page, and I really like the way that this ended up looking. This is one of my favorites. I loved the background. I ended up taping off the main image and like a couple of the bats, and did distress ink all over the background. It is a little time stealing, I guess, would be the appropriate term, because it does take a little while to get all the tape on there and then make the intricate cuts to make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to be. But I think it was worth it. It really turned out fun in the end, and I like this page a lot. Yeah, really love this page, the way this one turned out. So hoping to do more with distress ink in this book here soon. It's just fun. So yeah, so there's that one. And then the other one in this one that I was going to color for the witch, which I just haven't been able to do, is this one. I think that one probably would have been another one where that I did with distress inks as well. But I didn't get to it, so there is that page from A Big Book of Halloween and Autumn. And then the other one that I had started was in Dark Fairies. And this is as far as I got. So this was my color palette and inspiration images. Really like the way those looked. And this is as far as I got on this page. So you can see this is what all the flowers will eventually look at. The lighter flowers will all look like that. The darker flowers will be more in this purpley color. And then, you know, shading done on the black cloak. You can see I've got a little bit of shading done on this part and a tiny little bit of shading done on the robe here. His hair would be white. This is going to be silver. Yeah, so I really do like the background, though. I think the background turned out really cool, and that's all pencil. So if I can get back to this, I will. I still have all my pencils set aside for it. So hopefully I can do it. When I looked at this and I started it with my pencils, I was like, oh, that's going to be really fast. It is ended up not being that fast because there's so many little intricate things that you have to shade. But I think it'll be worth it once I finish it. And yeah, I think it'll be cool. So yeah, so that is, oh, and on this page, I ended up using some Albrecht Dürer pencils in the background, and then some Prismacolor pencils, I believe. No, I'm sorry, some Black Widow and Polychromos pencils on top of that. And then alcohol markers for the flowers and the cloak and his wings and stuff like that. So yeah, so there is that. Had a lot of fun with it until it wasn't fun anymore and I couldn't finish it. But yeah, so there we go. That is my whip in Dark Fairies. So I did want to say really quick, thank you to everyone who has been watching or have watched my videos about the Monster Mash color along this month. I really appreciated that. And then all of my weekend whips were also based around the Monster Mash color along, and I did pages out of Cute and Creepy by Camilla D'Erico and kind of showed how I play with my Neo colors in this book. And that's been really fun. So let's go through those as well. So the first one I did, so this is the same one as the vampire. Again, I used the same color palettes. So I used this color palette again, and this is what I ended up with. So much fun. And then I put a layer of the the black Folk Art Extreme Glitter paint on there. I'm hoping you can see some of the glitter and not just the spark or the sheen of it, because it's very glittery too. Yeah, so there's that one. And then I also did, let's see, I've got a couple more done. I've got this one done. This one was really fun. I ended up using my distress inks and some stencils for the background on this one, and just had so much fun. And that is a video on the channel as well, so you can check out how I did that on camera. I did most of the background on camera with you guys. So, and then use Neo colors for the demons and her. I did put some stickles on her horns, and I used little black glitter gel pens for their horns. And then again, the black Sparkle Pop pen for their eyes, which ends up being red. So they all have little red eyes. But I thought this one was really, really fun. I really liked this one a lot. And it just made me I just loved using my stencils. I had such a good time with them. So yeah, so there's that one. Then I did these two. So I love both of these so much. So the skeleton one, again, is done using this color palette. So then I did this one on screen with you guys. I did the background and some of the skeleton himself with you guys. I added some stickles to all of the white skulls in the background. Yeah, and just had fun. And then this one is again the one, this color palette. So this is the Reaper one. And I was worried about my background for a little while, and I just kept adding stuff. And then to get like this glowy bit down here, I ended up using the white Neo color again and a little bit of oil pastel, and just rub that in, and then used my Doc Martens Bleed Proof White to do the splatters and draw in the little stars around there. Use Neo color for the base of all of this. Added a little bit more shading over top. There was also this weird white spot in the middle of his hood, but I covered it up pretty well. It's hard to see unless you point it out, which I'm pointing out to you, of course. But did a little bit of shading with my Black Widow pencils. I used a metallic silver for the blade of the scythe. Yeah, really like that one. And then last but not least is I did start this one, and I like the way it's going so far. So I just need to get in there and finish it. The only downside is in this book, if you use Distress inks and then add a ton of water on top of it, it's gonna bleed. So it did bleed through on both of the pages on the opposite side. So just keep that in mind if you decide you want to use Distress inks. As long as you don't add too much water, they're fine. But when you go to add that water, it immediately goes through. So, yeah, I'll be able to cover those up with something, I'm sure. But this is the progress I have so far with my witch. And then that's kind of the color palette I have with the purples and greens and a little bit of orange in there. So we'll see how this one turns out. I hope it turns out as good as the others. But yeah, so there is my whip in that book too. So I need to mark that one so I don't forget it's in there. There we go. Okay, and then I just have a few others that I did just kind of for fun. I really wanted to color in my 50 monster miniatures. I think this is such a cute book, and it's just perfect for Halloween. So the first one I did was this one, and just really like it. It's a nice vibrant color palette. I did the same thing that I always do. I used alcohol markers, Prismacolors, and then some sparkly pop gel pens on the stars there. I think he turned out really cute. The next one I did is this one. Again, same items used here. Used a gold instead of a silver on the stars in the background. That one turned out really cute too. And then I also did this one. And this one, I decided I wanted to go with like a pastel themed. It's not quite pastel, but it's definitely a different color palette than you would normally see for Halloween. And I just think he turned out so cute. I kind of went crazy with all the little, it's like confetti almost sprinkled around the outside. And I just have fun with that. I did that on another page here soon too. And then I also added some stickles on his horns. Just, I don't know. I just think he's adorable. So yeah, so those are my 3 monster pages from my 50 monster themed miniatures coloring book. I also did 2 pages in A Million Little Monsters, and they're both on the same page. So these are the color palettes that I decided to go with. So we'll kind of talk about those too. So this one is for this page. So you can kind of see I've used all of those, the yellow, orange, bright pink, bright green, bright purple, all on this page, which I really love the way that that turned out. Again, you can see I went with that confetti around the outside of the pumpkin and then added in some grasses at the bottom. Yeah, and that's it really. Used a little bit of black glaze on their eyeballs, a little bit of white pen to create like reflections on the glass here and show the spider web a little bit better. But yeah, so there's that one. And then the other one, I used this color palette and ended up doing this page. And again, I'll hold it up so you can see. But this is a lot of, I did use a little bit of a rose gold jelly roll metallic pen there on the lantern, black glaze on a lot of their little eyes, and then water-based markers and Prismacolors for the rest. And that's basically what I used here too, water-based markers and Prismacolors. So yeah, really love both of those. I know they're right next to each other, but they're completely, I was going to use the same color palette on both, but then I ended up thinking, I don't want to do that. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And I like the way that these are just so different from each other. It was really fun to color in this book though. It was perfect for this month, just perfect. There are a whole bunch in here that I wanted to color. I've got tons marked, but I didn't end up getting to all of them. So yeah, so those are the two that I had in A Million Little Monsters. Love those. In my Furballs book this month, I only managed to get one page done, but I did start another, and that's something that I can hopefully work on later. So this is the one that I did. I really do like the way that it ended up looking. I like my bunnies and my pumpkins. I think that turned out pretty cool. I do like the background. I wish I would have done a different color to like make this ground, but I just couldn't figure out what else I wanted to do. So yeah, so I just ended up going with that, and I really like the bunnies. I think they turned out cute. And then I started this one here. So hopefully I can get some more done on that and finish that up for next month, and then a couple others hopefully for next month too. Because yeah, I only did the one, and I've been doing quite a few in these books. So, but yeah, I like the way the leaves are looking so far. I think those are cool. So yeah, so that is my page from Furballs. And then last but not least, I did a page in A Million Magical Creatures. This is another book that I'm trying to finish. Eventually, not this year or anything, but eventually. And I did this double page layout, and I love the way that it turned out. I think it's so fun. I had seen this image, and I thought it was a really cool watercolor, and then like all the orange around there. I thought that was really cool. And then I also liked this color palette as well. So I wanted to incorporate a little bit of that in there. So that's how I got these colors. I ended up using the orange like on the leaves and the bushes and grasses around. I think that turned out in that same color in the water, maybe a little bit lighter. And then the purple in here is the only thing I don't love, but there is kind of it's just more of a reddy purple, and I didn't get that tone right when I added it. But I don't think it detracts too much from the page. And then I used a lovely gold glitter paint from the Art Spirits to give that shimmer on all on the moon and all the stars, or the moon boat. What is that? Whatever that is. I feel like it's a moon. And then used water-based markers, Albrecht Dürer pencils, all kinds of stuff on this page, and Prismas. Yeah, it was really fun. I really like my little frogs. I love the way that those little guys turned out. My unicorns are cute too. And then these two fluffy little purple monsters. I like those too. Yeah. So this is a really cute one. I like this one a lot. I'm going to hold it up close again so you can see just some of the details of it. It's really a fun page to do. And you can see like when the glitter is not hitting the light, it's not as pretty, but once it hits the light, it does look really nice. So yeah. So there we go. Those are all my pages for the month. Like I said, I felt like I was missing a lot, but I really was still coloring quite a bit. I just wasn't able to work on the pages that I, in my head, I had deemed necessary to do. So yeah, so that is everything. I hope you guys had a wonderful coloring month. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below. I think if I had to pick, I really did like the vampire one, the Vampire Girl one by Molly Harrison. And I just think the little monster ones are so cute. All of the monster ones that I did. I think those are adorable. So yeah. So that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.